With my guitars, I like the setup that I've been doing, which is just a simple volume, tone, three-way switch. If you'd like to follow the process of turning a block of wood like this into a guitar like this, then you've come to the right place. And if you would like to see me give this guitar away, click subscribe, hit the bell. So perfect. Now, if I just could reach in and grab it, that works out pretty decent. Well, why don't you know what? I've changed my mind on something. I was going to use the back plate. I'm going to take the back plate off. I'm going to over-engineer this. Today, we are going to continue working on these Union Jack guitars and also a little bit on these Horizon guitars. We're going to go upstairs to do some of the routing, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and drill out the holes that we need for our volume knob, our tone knob, our three-way switch, and then also for the 1/4-inch jack on these guitars. That way I'll know where they're coming through exactly on the back, so when I put my electronic cavity hole there, when I route that out, I'll know exactly where I need to be. So you live in the dream. This is a humbucker pickup template, one that I got from StewMac. I measured down to 7/8 of an inch, and 7/8 of an inch will be where the top lines up here. Now, right now that looks like it might be a little bit of a distance, but the neck will overlay about to there, and then when you add the bezel for the pickup, that comes up to about here, so there will hardly be any space in between the two of those by coming down. And then I just line myself up on my center line. There's a center line on here. I'm lined that up with my center line there. You should see it through someone else's side. Another cipher to break, while the grass grows underneath my feet. Been running out of time for so long. Hello, 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 yeah. Now I'm running out of so long. Hello, 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 yeah. Hope I got the time to tell you. Hello, 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 yeah. Hello, yeah. I wonder you got a pure heart, kind of honesty that will always stay. When I recently met with Dave Roussan, he said that he was okay with the fact that I made some solid bodies. So I had a body that was cut out, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and start to bevel the edges on it. So I've got my 45-degree angle here, like you've seen in some of the past videos, and wearing my glasses, well, old glasses, because I was wearing my contacts, got some sawdust in my eye, I had to wash it out, and I put on the mask, and then it all fogs up my glasses, so it's really hard to see. Hello, 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 Leah. Hello, 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 Leah. Hello, 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 Leah. One mistake that some guys will make is that they will bevel this edge right away, and this actually gets right in here, starts to just be rounded instead of beveled on this part. So, and you'll see that more once I cut in the swirl in here, which I'll just do later on. I usually like to do the swirl first, but I can do it later, and so I'll do it after a while. But there is a reason not to bevel that. Now on the back side, I can bevel the whole thing. It is a beautiful day here in Minnesota. It's supposed to be about 72 degrees today. Just a little over a week and a half ago, we had 8 inches of snow. Now it's a beautiful day. Tomorrow is supposed to be 28 degrees, so back to some cold tomorrow. But today is really nice, and it is a Monday, which is my typical day off. So I'm gonna try and get a lot of routing done today. I've been working on these Union Jack guitars, got the pickup pockets pretty well routed, and now I'm going to route the back, the control panel pocket there. I'm also going to work on Horizon guitar bodies that I'm going to be doing. I got to put the pickup cavities in, I got to do the neck pocket, I got to do the back. Now, for the most part, I've got a template that is made for the backs of these, and I really kind of just like, with my guitars, I like the setup that I've been doing, which is just a simple volume, tone, 3-way switch, and then a jack there, and that's what I have on these guitars, and that's pretty much just what I have done on this. Volume, tone, 3-way switch, jack, and so I'm going to use the exact same pattern that I use for these. I'm going to use on this for my back plate. I've actually got 3 of these that I'm working on, 2 semi-hollow bodies right now, and then 1 actually solid body that I'm doing, ready to go. I'm going to be giving for sure a couple of these away, so you can look at the description below or the notes down below, and I will tell about how you can nominate somebody to receive one of these guitars. I will probably give away the Union Jack first. I'm assuming that I'm going to get one of those done first, and then I'll be giving away one of these Horizon guitars. I've got my router set up on a table back here, and just a simple thing. I think what we'll do is we're going to switch over to a high-speed montage, and you'll just see most of my day in a matter of a few moments. It has warmed up to be a really nice day, and today so far things are going pretty well. I've got all the control panel cavities routed out. I'll take you over there and we can just take a peek here. Now one thing I'll show you is in these semi-hollows, if you remember, I wanted to make this not as deep as what this is because of the swirl on this side, and I don't want to make that too thin or accidentally cut through that. So I will keep this area thicker here, and then I will use a Forstner bit to just drill a hole down right where I need my jack to go in there, my 1/4" jack. So I'll just use a Forstner bit there, and then I'll just use a Forstner bit on this part also. So now where we're up to is getting ready to put the route on for the cover plates. So again, my homemade templates, and that'll be for the cover plate. The time has now come where I'm going to over-engineer, and I'm going to attach my neck to the body. So I've been asking some guys a little bit about tight bond. As you know, probably if you've been watching this, I typically use wood glue. Okay, well, my battery died in there somewhere, so what I did was I had to make these holes just slightly bigger here for these screws to go in. For some reason, I had a couple of screw heads that were bigger than the other screw heads. Because the other thing that I'll be doing as I do this is I will be putting dowels in these to fill those holes. If you're ever going to want to take the neck off, you would never want to do that. Thus the difference. There are, I suppose, some guys who just really insist on a bolt-on neck, and others who want a neck through for the different properties that they offer. And this kind of ends up being a bolt-on that's a little bit more like a neck through. Check my alignment again as I'm tightening. Yeah, that looks right on. Just making sure. Dab a little water here. Got some glue seeping out, which you would expect. And at this point, it might not be obvious why I'm doing this, but not wiping the glue, but doing a gluing the neck and screwing the neck on. But as we get further along and shaping back here, I think then you'll be able to begin to see what my reasoning is for doing this. There's going to be a lot of sanding that will end up taking place back here. So this neck and this body are now no longer likely ever going to come apart. It's going to give it a very solid feel. This is a nice lightweight body. I do like that. You know, maybe I'll make a cut to my Baritone guitar that I made. I made this Baritone that really sounds amazing, and I like it a lot. It is a chambered body, but it's got Purple Heart on it, and even being chambered, and I chambered a lot on it, it's still heavier than I would like it to be. Over here I have got the most recent guitar that I've made. It is a Baritone. It's the first Baritone that I have built, but I thought I would go ahead and give it a try. I'll show you some pictures under the lights. It's a little bit more stunning when you get the right lights on it. But this is a baritone length guitar that I have done, and I'll plug it in and let you hear it. It is a curly maple top. It is a Purple Heart back. It is a Purple Heart fretboard, and it is a maple neck. This one I have done as a bolt-on, and it is a string through body. However, because Purple Heart is so heavy, I had to chamber the body. So this is a chambered body, and it's still got plenty of heft, even with it chambered. So there is 1 inch thick curly maple top, 1 inch thick of Purple Heart on the back, chambered inside. now attached the neck to the body of this guitar. Body feels pretty lightweight, feels pretty good. This feels really good and solid. I have glued this, I have screwed this, and as you can see, I've doweled it. And I was trying to decide if I should use a mahogany dowel or just a maple dowel and just have those stand out. And I went with the maple to have them just stand out to make it obvious. I think I might have overstated something. I was thinking about this. So I had said that I figured this would never come apart again, that it was, once I had this put together, that it would almost be like a neck through where you would never take it apart. And that would be the big drawback to doing what I've done here with gluing it on, screwing it in, and then doweling it. But then I started thinking, it wouldn't be all that hard to just drill these out if I wanted to, so I could get access to the screws again if I had to. And if you use steam to loosen up the glue, with a water-soluble glue, there's a technique that you can use to steam into that seam there and then pull those apart. I have never done that. Why not give it a try? So, obviously I don't want to wreck that guitar, but I've got